I would like to invite on stage Daniele Chiari, SVP of Enlarged Europe, Regional Planning and Public Affairs Italy from Stellantis, who's going to cover the roadmap of Stellantis to sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Giacomo. Thank you to the organizers for inviting me. Actually, I will try to give you an outlook of what Stellantis is and actually what we want to do for a sustainable future. So first of all, we are a house of brands, as we like to define ourselves. We have 14 automotive brands plus 2 branches dedicated to mobility. And we, based on an heritage which dates back 128 years to improve the way people move and connect. We are also one of the most diverse companies in the world. Actually, we have employees coming from 170 nationalities. We have operations in more than 130 markets and industrial operations in 30 countries. And we use our diversity basically to support our brands to provide freedom of mobility everywhere in the world. The brands in Europe are divided into 5 different clusters. You see them: luxury, premium, global sport utility, American rooted, and European rooted. What is most relevant is that we want to feed this number of brands with a lot of launches in the future. We are planning in this region to launch over 35 vehicles before 2027 with a very robust BEV lineup, which will be comprised of 58 new products by 2025. And as most of you know, we are targeting 100% BEV lineup for 2030. Last week, we revealed outstanding full year 2023 results. We have record net revenues, 6% up year over year to 190 billion. Record net profit rose by 11% to almost 19 billion. Record industrial free cash flow up 19% year over year to almost 13 billion. This was done also thanks to a robust growth in terms of global BEV sales, which were up 21% year over year. But what we want to stress here is that we not only achieved remarkable results, but also have tried and succeeded in positioning strategically the company for the future by investing substantially in new technologies and launching a bunch of exceptional products. You can see here the challenges. We'll talk briefly about challenges of the sector going forward. I really appreciated the presentation from Gianluca Di Loreto, and he's saying something which is very true, by the way, that any forecast for the future is wrong by definition. Still, when you are so uncertain on the forecast for the future, you just foresee something which is flat. So we come from a period of disruption in terms of global vehicle sales. We are recovering. We see some recovery in place still until 2025. And then again, the total industry volume will be flat and much, much lower compared to the good old times of the 18 million units in the European market. The flat forecast is the result basically of different trends pushing in opposite direction. So there is, of course, the rush to electrification. There is the impact of all the regulation in terms of safety, emission, and CO2. There are challenges in terms of pricing and affordability for the customers of the new vehicles, and generally speaking, there are new consumer habits coming. So how the industry is structuring itself to respond to those challenges. We might have different technological solutions in terms of architectures, but also in terms of other features. But some common recipes, for example, the research of a longer range of autonomy for our BEV vehicles will be very clear with the introduction of larger batteries and new technologies and the constant look for the famous 1,000 kilometer barrier. We will work on the range also in terms of efficiency, working on aero, on e-components, and of course this will try to improve the efficiency and the range of the future electric vehicles. Fast charging will be for sure a very important part of the continuous improvement of BEVs. So the charging in 10 minutes KPI will be probably in the future even more important than the overall range. Not only evolution under the skin, but also in some visible features. For sure, you might testify that lights is something very visible at the moment. So new trends, lights are really becoming part of the design, of a key factor of design. Infotainment, of course, wider displays, larger screens, everything possibly integrating artificial intelligence. And in that sense, one of our 14 brands, the S, will be the first brand in Europe to integrate ChatGPT into infotainment. Finally, on the challenges, probably one of the most disruptive factors, so the arrival and the presence of the Chinese brands in Europe. Two big players already very well established on these markets, MG, which thanks also to the success of the MG4 has reached 5% BEV market share in this market. BYD, another very good example of success. You see the spike at the end of 2023 thanks to this Atto 3, which will become a very key player in the C-SUV segment. This is only the beginning, by the way, because we foresee 100+ new BEV models coming from Chinese manufacturers. And just to give you a comparison, overall, the other legacy OEMs will launch 140 models in the same time. So you see the dimension of the issue. They are not only launching products, but also getting a lot of commercial power by extending their commercial network. MG has already more than 500 sites in Europe and expanding even more. So we responded as Stellantis a little bit to this Chinese dilemma through the announcement we made in last October of an investment, a strategic investment of 1.5 billion euro to become a shareholder, 20% shareholder of Leapmotor, one of the most important and fastest growing Chinese companies in the field of new energy vehicle. This for us is a response. So not only we want to react, but we would like to anticipate the challenge, putting into the Stellantis radar one manufacturer which might be very well complementary to our offer. We have a very clear strategic plan. This was presented in 2021. The name is Dare Forward 2030. Everything we do in Stellantis is some way linked to the pillars of this plan that you see here. So we declared to slash our carbon emission by 50% by 2030, and we want to get carbon neutrality in 2038. We are setting the course to reach 100% BEV sales in Europe and 50% BEV sales in the United States. We want to achieve number one position in customer satisfaction. We want also to double net revenues while maintaining a sustainable double-digit operating margin. At the core of this strategy is, of course, decarbonization. We want to reach, again, carbon neutrality by working on all the three aspects of the sources of greenhouse gas emission, from vehicles to supply chain, and, of course, industrial and sites. So we identified 9 critical activities to reduce the carbon footprint across all the 3 scopes. As said, the electrification is one of the major disruption in this market. We foresee a BEV market overall in the world of about 40% in 2030, with a diversified distribution across the regions. We have, I already mentioned the targets for Europe and for the US, but we would like also to push 60% BEV penetration in China and in average 25 in the rest of the world. To accelerate this transformation, of course, not only product is at the core of our activities, and we already mentioned the increase in our product portfolio, but thanks to agreements with specialized partners, we are accelerating the development of new technologies for the batteries. We are working with selected partners to ensure a decarbonized supply of lithium, but also of other raw materials, and we already secured our raw materials needs through 2027. We are working on the charging network through our charging and energy business unit, and we are also increasing the production of batteries through 6 gigafactories across the world, of which 1 in Italy, in Termoli. Such a transformation requires a deep transformation also of the presence in our traditional sites. I'm very happy to have President Cirio here, because you see here the example of the place we are today, of Turin, of how we want to transform the site of Turin into the Mirafiori Automotive Park 2030, focused not only on the production of the Fiat 500 and the Maseratis, not only in the production of innovative components like the electrified transmission EDCT, but also on innovative and anti-cyclical activities like the Circular Economy Hub, and grouping all the engineering, design, and the quarters activities under the umbrella of the Green Campus, which will help transforming Mirafiori into a fully sustainable mobility hub. I thank you a lot for your attention, and I leave you with a short video just summarizing what are our commitments for sustainable mobility. Thank you very much.
Decarbonizing our business is Stellantis' commitment to the future. By 2038, we will achieve carbon net zero emissions using a 360-degree approach. This is our promise to society, our duty. Electrifying our portfolio is one lever we're activating now, working together with external and internal partners to bring innovative, clean, safe, and affordable mobility solutions, driven by our customers' needs. Our plan? 4 new, flexible vehicle platforms, raising the bar in performance. Electrified by 2 battery chemistries, addressing the needs of greater energy capacity and longer range. To reach 400 gigawatt hours of battery capacity across the globe by 2030. Enough batteries to power 75 electric vehicle nameplates. we want to be the frontrunner in hydrogen propulsion, combining fuel cell technology with electrification know-how to create customized charging solutions while implementing a cradle-to-cradle circular economy business model based on the 4 Rs: repair, reuse, reman, and recycle. Investing in technological breakthroughs to decarbonize our lithium battery supply and innovating in solid-state battery technology. And ensuring that our electrified technology sets the pace at the fastest racetracks around the world. 14 iconic brands all plugged into the power of electricity. Complemented by subscription and car-sharing programs. Supported by a full set of new e-mobility services to make the electrified experience easy, comfortable, and exciting. The world is making its energy transition now. We are decarbonizing our future to protect our company, our employees, and the generations to come. We're all in.